Lagos, 1928. This 64-year-old man stands in a British colonial courtroom. He has already been to prison. He knows what it costs. The judge reads the sentence. 6 months. Hard labor. The man does not flinch. He's crying. He published the story that embarrassed the British government. He served every single day. When he walked out, he went straight back to his desk and kept writing. His name was Herbert Macaulay, and without him, there is no Nigeria. Herbert Macaulay's grandfather, Samuel Ajayi Crowther, was born into slavery, was freed by the British Navy, ordained as the first African bishop in the history of the Anglican Church. His father founded Nigeria's first secondary school. Education was not a value in this family, it was a weapon. Herbert Macaulay was born in Lagos in 1864. He won a scholarship to England in 1890. He returned in 1893 as a civil engineer, architect, trained musician, and the most educated Nigerian of his generation. The colonial government gave him a job. He was for a brief moment one of them, but he did not be one of them forever. In 1898, he resigned from the colonial government. Racial discrimination, Europeans promoted over Africans regardless of competence. He set up his own practice. The British convicted him on a financial charge. 5 assessors returned a not guilty verdict. The judge convicted him anyway. 2 years in prison. They thought that they removed him from the game. They had simply changed it. When he came out, he wrote weekly columns which were sharp, fearless, and zealously critical. He attacked colonial taxation, land theft, and the hypocrisy of the British rule. His editors kept 2 lawyers on standby. He also hosted concerts, played violin, he boxed, became a babalawo or an Ifa priest. He wore a British suit and consulted Ifa oracle in the same week. The British called him dangerous. Lagos called him the Wizard of Kirsten Hall. In 1915, the British planned to charge Lagos residents for water on land their families had won for generations. Macaulay stood with market women and ordinary Lagosians and led the protest, the Water Rate Riots. In 1921, the colonial authorities seized 255 acres from the Oluwa family. Macaulay took the case to the Privy Council, the highest court in the British Empire in London. He argued it. He won. The land was returned. The colonial government was humiliated in its own ground. In 1928, he published a story about the exiled Oba Eleko, 6 months hard labor, age 64. He served every single day. And when he walked out, his popularity had never been higher. In 1922, the British introduced lubricant elections in Lagos. There were quiz used out of millions. Macaulay saw the opening. In 24th of June 1923, he founded the Nigerian National Democratic Party, Nigeria's first political party. They won all 3 seats. They won them again for a decade. In 1944, at 79 years old, he founded the National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroonians with a young journalist named Nnamdi Azikiwe. Its single demand was independence. He immediately began a national tour. 79 years old, still fighting. He never saw independence, but Nigeria remembers him anyway. In 1946, on the national tour, Macaulay fell ill in Kano. He was brought back to Lagos, died on the 7th of May, 81 years old. Still in motion. Nigeria became free in 1960. 14 years later, every politician on that state was founded on foundations he had laid. His portrait is on the 1 naira note. The street in Yaba bears his name. He never held elected office, he never fired a weapon. He didn't pick up a gun, he picked up a pen and turned out to be far more dangerous. This is the story of Herbert Macaulay, the father of Nigerian nationalism.